You're saying remember.
Yeah, close enough.
Pretty similar.
It's like
Grabado.
y embarazado.
Yeah, like engraved, engravar. Is that what it is? Like, está grabado en mi mente.
Yeah, that's pretty similar. Engraved. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna go to the. There you go. We've got.
Yeah, you wanna. Yeah, I don't know. You know, like.
Bueno, pues yo creo que vamos a comenzar con unos comentarios. Y si la gente tiene ideas, sugerencias, retroalimentación de todas esas páginas, pues ahora es el momento.
Escúchate, Jonathan. He's a gringo with big Spanish words. Retroalimentación.
I've been trained by the best. There you go. So I'm just asking for feedback on everything we're looking at. We're going to kind of go through a variety of pages and let's get some comments and ideas from folks.
Ya, si alguien tiene retroalimentación sobre la nueva imagen de la página de Free2Z, este es el momento para platicarnos. Bueno, I want to start.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so in the documents, I see like you say benefits in 5 minutes. Like, I think that is a little confusing because I don't see like beneficios en 5 minutos. Like, I think like, no sé, maybe another phrase like.
You guys hear there?
Like, yeah, or recauda fondos fácil, like, I don't know, like, but benefits is like, I'm gonna lose weight in 5 minutes. So, I don't know, it's like, I think it's not clear, that phrase. Sí, claro, por supuesto, Yendira, puedes hablar en español. Yendira Digital is asking if she can speak Spanish and participate in Spanish. Claro que sí.
Yeah.
Sí, Yendira, si tienes algo que decirnos. Para eso estamos Jonathan y yo, para hacer la traducción. Aquí tenemos comunicación en Spanglish.
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 Spanglish. Ah, sí, dice Yendira que perdió la página. ¿A qué página quieres que regresemos? ¿O quieres compartir tú tu página, pantalla para que podamos ver a lo que te refieres?
Ok, buenas noches, ¿me escuchan?
Sí, te escuchamos.
Bueno, un placer estar aquí por primera vez con ustedes. Es la primera vez que me estoy conectando a este tipo de actividades. Y como decía Erickson hace rato, el día de ayer me estuve reencontrando nuevamente con Free2Z porque tenía tiempo que no escribía. Y me llamó la atención, particularmente en el diseño del banner, cuando uno coloca la imagen del banner, que queda encima del banner el nombre del usuario así en letras grandísimas y tapa todo lo que es el diseño del banner que uno pueda colocar allí. Eso se va a mantener así por un tiempo, lo van a modificar para que el diseño quede un poco mejor, o simplemente es como una marca de agua, como medida de seguridad, no sé. Porque me parece que se pierde el sentido de tener un banner allí si luego le voy a montar encima un nombre grandísimo que tapa lo que estoy colocando en la imagen.
A ver, ¿tienes tendrías como la página que nos pudieras mostrar?
No, estoy conectada desde mi celular.
Hey, Skylar, can you show any of the user pages that have a hero banner on it?
Yeah.
So the comment was the challenge with the current design is that the user has limited control over how the banner appears because there's this huge watermark with the name of the user, and that kind of
Yeah.
like reduces the ability of the user to personalize the design of the page and to have a cleaner design. So that's what she's
Yeah.
talking about. So she'd like to eliminate that text
Yeah. Yeah.
with
Makes
the
sense.
username, right?
Yeah.
Just for a cleaner look.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the comment.
Yeah. Right on. Makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I I have this kind of principle of like don't get into the details until the broad strokes are kind of, like don't paint the, if you're going to paint at someone's face, you don't want to do like just the eyelashes to perfection and then start on another part of the face, although someone probably does it like that and it's great. But I don't know if that idea we can translate, or like I don't know, but yeah, so that's like a detail we could look at for sure. So
Pues
yeah,
dice Skylar
good note
que
of
no
that.
le gusta meterse a los detalles pequeños hasta ya tener como mejor idea del proyecto completo. Entonces, pues ya estamos llegando al momento en que sí podemos afinar detalles
I
más a
like the
profundidad.
idea there. It was,
Y
because
sí,
it was just kind
la
of
idea
like,
de quitar eso. Ajá.
yeah, it was just kind of easy, fácil, en el momento, para, put it there. Pónganselo.
Ujú.
No?
Entonces sí se va a eliminar eso, sí se puede.
So should it be, I don't know, we don't necessarily, we could like take it offline, but I don't know, maybe Adixon can take some notes too and help me think it through a little bit.
Yeah, I think the suggestion is just basically just delete that thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But,
that
but
I
then,
think is
but then
as
if
simple
someone
as
doesn't
that.
have, someone doesn't have it, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. You're gonna see too much about me, but I'll show
Yeah,
you.
I think also like some of these
Yeah.
pages are going to be driven kind of more by the power users, right?
Yeah.
So like if you got people who want to really have a specific design,
Yeah.
those are kind of like bigger customers to a certain extent.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. This looks better. Like if we did something like that where we could put maybe like between the actions. We were also talking about putting the actions in like a either a speed dial or some sort of kind of hide them by default a little bit so they don't take up space. But then we could do something. I mean, it could be a little bit more like this, like tiny actions and yeah. This looks better actually. We should just copy Twitter. What do you think?
Yeah.
Might as well, right?
Yeah, probably spent $300 million on that design there. So.
Exactly, and we can just copy it for like 3 hours worth of work. Might as well get it going. Yeah, so that's a good suggestion. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because we're like originally the Z pages were the big like landing, and I wasn't even really like having a creator page. But now the creator pages are like the big landing, like Free2Z Cash, Yendira, Digital. Like that's like on the card, that's on your business card, so you really do want it to like shine, whereas the pages, yeah, there's pages, but yeah, really making that creator page look good is important. So yeah, good suggestion. Buena idea. Cool.
Muy bien. ¿Alguna otra sugerencia?
Herencia.
Me acabo de dar cuenta que está detrás del bar. Entonces yo sí quisiera saber cuál es el cóctel del momento.
Bien, ¿qué? ¿Qué me perdí?
Detrás del bar, ellos son bartenders.
¿Quién es?
Detrás del bar.
Oh, ya sé, ya vi.
Sí, ellos son así.
Yeah,
top.
they gotta round it a little bit with, they just put a little like drink emoji as their their full name.
Estaba detrás del
Been
bar.
getting-
¿Dónde está detrás del bar?
Yeah, I like that though. A little bit better. Make another pass at the banner. Because yeah, the banner, we really want the banner to shine. One thing I was thinking though that would be cool for my own purposes is and I think everyone would like it is like here, like if you can put a URL, that's fine. But obviously we need the like upload, like a button to actually upload, and it'll put it in there. It's probably revealed too much about me as well, but
También
Yeah.
para continuar un poco con Yendira. Yendira, ¿qué otros comentarios tienes? Porque como ves,
Los estamos
aquí
tomando en
sí
cuenta.
estamos por hacer cualquier cambio que se puede para mejorar la página. Entonces, si hay más sugerencias o ideas, pues
Por ahora esa solamente, muchas gracias.
sí, para mejorar ese diseño del perfil.
Yendira, veo que tienes mucho contenido, tienes muchas entradas.
Tenía tiempo que no escribía, por eso ayer cuando me tocó actualizar mi perfil y entonces me di unos cuantos tropezones con la subida de las imágenes y luego me di cuenta que estaba eso allí montado, por eso hacía la sugerencia, ¿no? Porque yo les comentaba a los compañeros en la comunidad de Zcash español que me parecía como que si fuera estos diseños de Word de PowerPoint de hace tiempo, ¿no? Montados sobre banners. Entonces lo veía así como poco atractivo y les decía, oye, hace falta que se mejore esa parte para que se pueda distinguir mejor la imagen del banner que el usuario está colocando ahí en su cuenta. Pero por los momentos esa es la única sugerencia que tengo. Gracias por tomarla en cuenta y por escuchar mi participación.
What was it? No entiendo nada.
Jonathan.
Yeah, she's just talking a bit about how with the Zcash community in Latin America was what kind of drove her participation, and she's excited about the changes we're going to make. Rosaldo was noting that she has a ton of content, and so she's explaining that, yeah, it was through this participation in the Zcash community in Latin America that she started, generating so much content on Free2Z. But yeah, definitely as you can see, like she's really put a lot of great design effort into this page. So we want to make it look as awesome as possible.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I agree. It does. It was just kind of like a stopgap, actually, more than anything. It was just like, we need something that looks decent, and then just like, that's on to the next thing. That's like better than what we had before, but we'll take another pass at it.
No, and also Edixon is noting that Yendira was the person who spearheaded the education category, and he says that the content of her pages are really awesome.
I have a question for Yendira. Yendira, tengo una pregunta para ti. Veo que tu último artículo sí tiene tu última entrada sí tiene una imagen, radiografía de una comunidad digital, pero las demás no tienen imagen. ¿Lo hiciste a propósito o cuál es la razón por la que no hay una imagen en las otras?
No, es un tema de el equipo que utilizo. Normalmente yo trabajo con mi celular y trabajar con imágenes es un poco más complicado desde el celular. Entonces, claro, yo hago mis diseños en Canva, los descargo desde Canva y son los que utilizo para mis artículos. Por eso ves que no hay muchas imágenes.
Okay.
That's really an interesting concept. She's saying that she works a ton on her cell phone with Canva to produce professional quality images. So
nice.
Yeah, that kind of flow of going from the cell phone then into Free2Z is that's really important.
Yeah.
To be able to update those assets. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was starting to think about, like, because even for me it's the same. like I don't have assets either, because if I come here, you know, it's like I gotta go get a URL. You know, if especially if I'm on my phone, I just need a button to upload, you know, my picture on my phone. So that will be coming soon. Um, URLs to actual uploads, because yeah, our upload is actually pretty hot, but it's kind of in its own, you know, kind of disconnected area right now. So we need to connect uploading with some of these like media fields, basically. I don't know if you want to try to translate that sloppy idea, but you know.
So you're saying that you want to just make it easier to kind of like add media from the phone, basically?
Yeah, like well, this page will work fine, but then you'd have to like go, you know, like get this URL, and then yeah, like make sure that it's public. Okay, it's public, and then you could come back over here, and then you could go to your you know, place, and then you could finally get there, you know. But yeah, you should just be able to like one like thumb
Oh,
upload,
okay, yeah.
you know.
Make,
So
yeah.
you can kind of use it, um, you know, but it should be easier basically.
Sí, dice Skyler que quiere mejorar el interfaz para subir contenidos desde el celular, porque primero uno tiene que asegurar que las imágenes o cualquier documento tengan acceso público, y ya después de ahí se puede subir a Free2Z. Entonces, él quisiera que fuera posible subir contenido con un solo botón, así, pero todavía no se puede.
Yeah, it's way too cumbersome to do this. Like if I just want to add a image here, then like yeah, it needs to be 2 clicks instead of 10 basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very possible. Um, it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited about it.
Ok, Yendira, entonces en el futuro vamos a poder ver que va a ser posible que subas las imágenes o que sea más fácil para ti subir las imágenes.
Ok, perfecto, muchas gracias.
Cool, yeah. What else do we want to think about? Like, has anyone tried the login with Twitter? Oh yeah, I'm still logged in. Let's see. So, log in with Twitter. I have my things. This is basically the minimum, you know, to do OAuth 2. It kind of looks like goofy and scary in a way, but it's the absolute minimum. And then we don't even save the data. We just kind of like authorize you and drop the data on the floor and don't even keep the token, but pretty sweet. I don't know if we want to. I think it's gotten a lot better real recently too, like how this whole flow kind of works. So yeah, with this account, I can log in with my password or with Twitter. Yeah, works pretty sweet. I don't know if it's worth talking about. If anyone has any ideas. Oh, you know what I was gonna ask though. Does anyone have a provider that they really want? Like I kind of implemented this OAuth 2 at Twitter, and I'm kind of I don't know. I'm pretty good at OAuth now, so I don't know. Like if people really want Discord or Telegram or something, maybe might be possible without too much trouble.
I mean, for OAuth, the basic ones would be, Facebook and Google, right?
Facebook and Google, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like the bread and butter.
Or like Instagram, or but yeah, and GitHub. So that brings up like a topic I would like to run by people is GitHub for an app only allows one domain per app. and I don't want to manage 3 GitHub apps. So should we choose a domain and like drop like don't use .com and free to give.xyz and just like go with free to Zcash for this app, and that's the only one you can use?
I mean, I think .com is the way to go, just because that's like the mom and pop internet domain since the 90s, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
and it's
know,
a nice 5, 6, or 6 character domain. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's just so hard these days to get any decent .com. The fact that you have it, I mean, that immediately gives credibility. So
yeah, I think Zcasher's like the free to Zcash, and I do kind of like the, oh, you can, you're free to Zcash me. I'm at free to Zcash like Skylar, you know. So like, I don't know, it kind of has like a linguistic play to it. Like you're free to Zcash, username. We got a lot of comments here.
why don't I translate this? Okay, so, pues entonces Skyler dice que si vamos a hacer autenticación con GitHub, ellos solo permiten el acceso a un solo dominio por cada página. Entonces, no podemos seguir con el free2z.cash más el free2z.com y free to give, etc. Tendríamos que concentrar con un solo dominio. Y pregunta si es mejor el .com, el .cash o otra opción. Y a él personalmente le gusta el .cash porque suena como Zcash, ¿no? Free to Zcash. Pero pues también reconoce que hay ventajas del .com. Entonces, ¿qué opina la comunidad? ¿Es mejor el .com o el .cash?
Yendira, Edison, somebody else. Yeah,
O les da igual absolutamente. No tienen opiniones.
no,
A mí me gusta más el punto cash porque está como más relacionado con la marca, sería la palabra, con la razón de ser pues del ecosistema Zcash. Pero si punto .com es más beneficioso, también hay que evaluar los beneficios, ¿no? Desde el punto de vista de qué es mejor para el dominio.
yeah,
Translation, punto cash.
that. Yeah, translation. I prefer punto cash. I prefer cash, but I think like the point is we have to define our audience. Like, is this are we to is our target massification of the use of free to see that cash, or is our target is just a niche? I think that makes the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of always had the idea that, I mean, there's only like 55 Zcashers in the world. I'm kind of half joking, but my idea was always to kind of like bring more people in and have just a site that, like a lot of people do tie it with Zcash. Like I have friends who just like, they're like, I don't know Zcash. I don't even want to, like, I'm not interested in Zcash, so I don't want to mess with your site, basically. It's like, but no, you can do anything. And it's like, okay, well, and then a lot of people, same way, like this guy who does a bunch of crypto stuff and has like a crypto travel thing. He's just like, yeah, it's just like, well, this particular thing isn't Zcash oriented, so I'm not going to put it on free to Zcash. And I don't want people to look at it that way, really. I want people to not care that there's any crypto, not know about Zcash, never had heard of Zcash. And it's just like, oh, this is cool. I want to raise money. Here, let me start a thing. I'm going to write about it. Oh, wait, how do I get the money? Oh, I got to get a Zcash wallet. And kind of like pull more people into the community who aren't already Zcashers, because I mean we kind of exhausted the already Zcashers market to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm. All right,
So,
let me translate that a little bit, Skylar. So,
yeah.
dice Skylar que si le gusta el punto cash, nada más él quiere ya incorporar más gente fuera de la comunidad de Zcash. Dice que la comunidad de Zcash más o menos ya conoce Free2Z y pues ya. Sin embargo, hay muchas personas que pueden encontrar beneficios que no, a lo mejor ni están interesados en Zcash o no lo han escuchado o así. Entonces, lo que no quiere, he escuchado de personas que dicen que, por ejemplo, a mí no me gusta el Zcash, entonces no voy a usar Free2Z. Y lo que quiere es que la gente puede pensar que hay una separación entre Zcash y Free2Z.
Jonathan, pero antes ahí había, yo le pregunté que como para definir si íbamos a usar el punto cash o punto com, teníamos que definir primero quién es nuestro target, quién es nuestro objetivo. Si son la comunidad Zcash exclusivamente, y es nada más un servicio para un nicho pequeño o un nicho muy específico, o si queremos o si apostamos por la masificación del uso de la página, que entonces así sería diferente. Entonces sería diferente porque entonces estaríamos usando precisamente el .com, ya, porque a lo que voy es, por un lado, si utilizamos el punto cash, es alinearnos a Zcash. Y si usamos, y es una página de nicho. Y si usamos por otra parte el punto com, nos desafiliamos o nos marcamos una separación respecto a Zcash, y entonces hablamos de una masificación, no estamos nada más pensando en un nicho, sino en un uso general. Y creo que a Skyler le interesa más el uso general de la página.
Yeah, so Skylar, what she was just saying is that really the .com or .cash just depends entirely on whether we're going for a mass market audience, right, that's not necessarily Zcash users, or whether it's a niche site that's focused on Zcash specifically or on the Zcash community. And based on what the target market is, that really clears up whether we need a .com or a .cash. And if we're looking for a mass audience, it's definitely .com.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we can still we can redirect .cash to .com. So everything would still work with .cash links. But yeah, things like OAuth where only one domain's allowed, that would simplify things a lot to choose. And yeah, I like both, but I mean, the point is not the Zcash is going to grow Free2Z. The point is Free2Z is going to grow Zcash. You know what I mean? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I think I do lean .com basically. Even though I actually like both domains because I can be logged in with one on .com and one on .cash, and it's kind of convenient in some ways. Because Daddy School, that's also me. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of see where my head is with content. Basically has nothing to do with Zcash, right? It's like a math lesson for my kid. So and yeah, I'd like it to be the go-to place. Anything that's on Medium can be on Free2Z, and yeah, it doesn't have to have anything to do with Zcash in my view, because we've kind of exhausted the Zcash community, I think, already.
Okay, well, I think that gives you your answer. It's not medium.cash.
Yeah. Yeah, GoFundMe.cash. That'd be kind of hot. Yeah, and then I mean, it's because if you go with the full frontal assault, that's kind of, I feel like Zcash's marketing is constantly with the full frontal, privacy, you know, you got to use Zcash. It has the best privacy. And it's like, nah. But if you kind of like create the utility, then, you know, then maybe people will like organically be like, oh, I need to get some Zcash so I can do this awesome thing that it allows me to do, you know, not just like, um, I don't know, kind of like just ideological reasons for like supporting Zcash or whatever. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I feel like I'm rambling on.
No, no, I think it makes total sense. Bueno, lo que dice Skyler es, él lo que quiere es poder desarrollar la comunidad de Zcash a través de la herramienta de Free2Z. Es decir, como Free2Z, como vaya creciendo, también va a crecer la comunidad Zcash, porque la gente que a lo mejor no le importan los aspectos de privacidad de Zcash, van a estar interesados en comprar Zcash por participar en la comunidad de Free2Z.
Yeah, I'm almost like the opposite. Like instead of trying to sell people Zcash and then like tack on Free2Z, it's like, well, they want to use Free2Z anyway. And it's like, oh, by the way, you get like discounts and, you know, it's totally better to use Zcash. Like even if we add dollars and Bitcoin or whatever, it's like maybe we always give like, you know, there's different ways where it's like still Zcash is kind of like the first class currency on Free2Z, but it probably won't be the only one forever, you know.
But how can we then how can we make how can we grow the Zcash community? No, sorry, the Free2C community.
Excuse me.
How can we grow the Free2C community?
You might want to make that same question in Spanish too.
Yeah.
Sí, podemos hacer que crezca la comunidad. Y la idea es que pueda la gente, más bien que los usuarios estén interesados en Free2C, en las ventajas que tiene Free2C, cómo podemos hacer que esas ventajas sean más visibles y que haya más gente que esté interesada en utilizar Free2C. ¿Ideas?
¿Opiniones? ¿Ideas?
Bueno, yo pienso que una buena idea sería los tutoriales, ¿no? Los tutoriales para usar cada una de las funciones que tiene Free2C. Así como tienen otras plataformas, sus propios tutoriales, es importante porque una persona que ingresa por primera vez a Free2C, lo primero que se encuentra es con el choque del lenguaje que va a utilizar para redactar, trabajar con el lenguaje Markdown y digamos que las diferentes partes de la página, cuando uno está trabajando en la página, lo cual está también en constante cambio, si la persona no tiene algo en lo que apoyarse para entender cómo se maneja cada una de estas funciones, como que se pierde, ¿no? Entonces yo creo que una buena idea serían los tutoriales. Si es en video, muchísimo mejor.
¿Qué dice?
Sí.
¿Y hay algo que se puede simplificar para que fuera más fácil de usar? ¿Hay algo en particular?
Tantos tutoriales, porque cuando entras, por ejemplo, a Facebook, creas una página, creas una cuenta, pero no ves un tutorial.
¿Qué dice?
Pero la gente ingresa en Facebook y vamos a estar claros, uno ingresa a una red social y empieza como que a tantear, ¿no? Me meto por aquí, me meto por allá, pero es diferente porque cuando uno ingresa a una red social común y corriente, tú escribes de la misma manera que escribes en la vida diaria. Aquí no, aquí tienes que toparte con códigos, aquí tienes que fondear la página, tienes que además manejar el tema de las criptomonedas si vas a fondear con stock. Entonces son otras variables que pueden ser una limitación al momento de crear una página y que pudiera crear hasta cierto rechazo y que la persona lo deje, pues porque de repente le parece complicado. No sé, pienso yo que no está de más tener un espacio propio de la plataforma donde las personas puedan encontrar tutoriales. O también lo que hacen algunas plataformas que cuando ingresas por primera vez tienes una especie de visita guiada en donde te van saliendo mensajitos en cada una de las partes de la página que te va diciendo qué vas a hacer con cada una de esas funciones. También pudiera ser un
Yeah, so basically she's suggesting that so I guess the kind of comparison was with Facebook where you just jump on and you can like figure out how to make a page. It seems like some of the functionality in Free2Z is not obvious. And so her suggestion is like for more, maybe like if there's something we can do to make it easier to use, and like having more like more help text showing what everything is, and just like a better sense of how it works, so that it's easier for the first time user to come onto the page without getting confused. What other, ¿qué más sugerencias tienen?
Básicamente ella planteaba dos vías: hacer tutoriales para que la gente no se confunda, y la otra es que haya textos que guíen al usuario sobre el paso a paso para crear, para iniciar en el uso de Free2C. ¿Puedes traducir eso? Esos dos pasos que ella planteaba, el resumen de esos dos pasos.
No entiendo.
Jonathan?
Yeah, so she's just suggesting if there's like more resources like tutorials or help text on the site.
I was like summarizing what Yendira said.
What she said,
Like
yeah,
basically she said like she suggests like 2 points. Like first, she thinks like we can have like more tutorials to help the new user, or to teach the
Yeah.
new user how to use Free2C. That's one option. But the second one I think is really interesting, because she suggests that we can have like a lot of messages when a new user start using Free2C. We can have like all these small messages to
Yeah.
to guide new user on how to use the page, and have like a lot of small details and information in every step, like taking from the hand, or and guide the user through her first experience in
Mhm.
Free2C. Yeah,
Yeah.
she say
Yeah,
that
I like it. I
basically.
like it. Yeah, yeah, like a tour. Let's see. Intro.js. That's what I was thinking. So like, I don't know. This is the this is like unstyled. You can make it look really good, but like you can do stuff like this.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
right. Yeah. Yeah, for example, when you see like something new in Google or in Gmail, they tell you you can start. They guide you to the updates. The same is with Apple. When you update the your computer, they guide you to the new updates.
Yeah. So basically, detect that someone just logged in for the first time.
Yeah,
and give them a
I
tour.
think that's a good idea. I think it's like better than the, because we can make with the tutorials, it's like, yeah, people can be like maybe can have the time to or take the time to see tutorials, but it's better if we have like something like what you are showing in this moment, like the way to guide or the user to use on how to start using Free2Z.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I like it better than like I don't know if you go to like Patreon, like I kind of don't like their like wizard though. I'm already never mind.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I don't know. They have like this like long drawn out wizard, but I kind of think maybe just like definitely like here, like turning on a demo mode, and then like yeah. So when this just like pops up out of nowhere, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
boost page with cheesies. What the hell's going on here? I'll do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just but if it had at least for the first time, it could say like have a little block that tells you like what's going on with this kind of stuff, and you know, or I think there is. I mean, it does go to docs. You know, I don't know that people necessarily want to read all this, but it does kind of. They all go to the same place. I got lazy, I guess. Yeah, and then like like what's Zcash? But yeah, I think
Yeah,
a tour could be even cooler.
yeah,
Uh,
actually, yeah, can be pretty helpful. And I would suggest that we have like Spanish and English version.
um, so I'm really, really, really resistant to doing something like that. Like what I would do is I would take away all the words. No words whatsoever. If you need a Spanish and English version and a German version, blah blah blah, and a Chinese version, like there's people who do translations a lot better than we do, and it creates a
Mm,
crap ton of work, and it makes
yeah,
it just hard to maintain, and it's going to have holes in it, and whereas actually people don't like translate, but um, it's got its problems, but once you turn it on, it's like I'm not even, like okay, now it translates on, so everything's in my language now. Works
yeah.
pretty good, And for
Mm-hmm.
us to spend tens of hours to try to chase that when DeepL, GPT, Google, whoever is going to do it a lot better than we're going to do it. And then we don't need
Yeah,
like
that's
every word. Like we'd have to translate like kind of every word all the time. Ooh, what happened? Oh my! Oh no! It's like
so.
not letting me click. Oh yeah, it is. I just got confused. The app's good. I got confused there. But yeah, so like, I mean, I hear you on that, but like,
No, no, no. You are right. It's better if you we just use the Google
but like,
Translate.
let's see what it says if I put the whole thing in Dutch. Like, Jow Profile. Can you imagine creating
No, no, no.
a translation library for like all the possibilities? But
No, no, no.
these are
No,
pretty
you're
good.
right.
Java Profiles. Seki cheki 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 cheki. You know.
Yeah.
Thanks for so I don't know, like trying to compete with that. That's not our bread and butter. Like
No,
so like there's this guy DHH who I always kind of quote, and it's like you got to concentrate on what you're doing that differentiates you. Whereas
yeah.
having a button with like a more perfect translation is not what we're gonna be best at. Chichiwa, Mibir Yanu. But like I'm pretty happy with how well Translate works. You know, you can I
Yeah,
don't know,
no.
you just set it up and everywhere you go, Negami ya Zika, in Mangana ni Zika, Tuesday. You know, like excited to see what yeah, I don't know, like these might not be correct, but
No, it's okay. No, you are right, completely right. Yeah, that's true. They do better job.
yeah, and it'll get better over time
Mm-hmm.
as AI, you know, starts to take off even more. You know, it's gonna get better.
It's Mongolian.
Let's
Okay,
see.
folks, we're going up to about an hour. Do you want to give this a what? About a 5-minute warning?
Yeah, yeah. Let's get any final thoughts because yeah, we're not allowed to go over 50 minutes, and we're about over already. So yeah, if anyone wants to see anything else or have any final thoughts, or you know, we can always come back next week. You know, I was gonna look at
Yeah,
do we
I think this is great. I think we can continue part 2 next week. This might be 2 or 3 parts actually.
did we read all these comments? People who can understand Spanish better than I can. Did we kind of address all
Basically,
this
we are
text?
talking about. They are like in the chat. We are repeating what we were saying in
Hmm,
English.
gotcha.
Yeah, but it's the same. Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah.
Edison said that he think it's better to try the massification of free to see and including the Zcash community, but going further.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, basically, like, yeah, that's it.
Cool. Well, I got a lot of good notes. I'll start. I think I'm going to start publishing pages, and I recorded it all, so I'm going to figure out where those recordings go, and figure out how to do stuff with them, and maybe I'll even put this up on YouTube or something wild like that.
Cool. Sounds great.
Yeah, that's
All right.
a good idea because they have a memory,
Yeah.
no, no
For sure.
private memory, but a
Cool.
memory.
Well, stop in there. Oh,
Okay.
en grabar.
Ajá,
No,
voy a dejar de grabar.
recordar. But to stop the recording, it would be to para la en grabar. No.
No, voy a dejar de grabar.
Ah! It's too hard. Demasiado difícil.